Some of the other things that we collect here, and the most recent one, there's a little history behind here in the store, are boats. There's all kinds of famous boats that's been here to Havre de Grace, and more boats that have always been around here. Or one in particular is this little boat right here. This is just a little red sailboat, toy sailboat, that we used to do a paranormal event here in the store. And Stevie, a little boy named Stevie's here. And apparently this was his favorite toy. So this piece is not for sale, and I can't even move it from its position. I'm going to have to put it back here pretty soon, because apparently he throws a fit when it gets moved. But some of the other boats that were pretty famous here in town was one called the showboat. It's where they had different shows and plays and stuff at. And it was down here on the riverbank. Another thing that they used to do was they had the regatta here in town, but they also had speedboats back in the 30s and 40s and 50s. And the Shanes still today do a lot of speedboat racing. And one of the Shane boys has a big, huge speedboat, and he does a lot of racing all over the world. Another boat, back in the 1890s, the ice dams used to come down the river, and it would destroy the waterfront. And this is the Van der Ver tug, the Champlain, that a couple of different times it was buried in ice from the ice flows coming down the river. Some of the other boats were the old steamboats. This one's called the Susquehanna. This is just a copy of a postcard, or a picture of a postcard. And there were several other ones, the Annapolis and a few others. And we'll put all these on our blog so you can see them at bahoukas.net. Some of the other boats that were pretty famous in town, and it's one of the only pieces that is on the National Historic Register for Havre de Grace, is the skipjack Martha Lewis. Not Martha Stewart, but Martha Lewis. I keep mixing that up all the time. But that is one of the, and it's coming back to town soon. And then a couple other boats were two paddle wheel boats. The one that just left here recently, the bigger one, was called the Black-Eyed Susan. It was down at the marina at the north end of town. And then another one that's set at the end of Hutchins Park for a lot of years was the Lantern Queen. And it went out, did your little river cruise up and down the river, and did some history up along the river. Some of the other boats that was here in town was a couple of boats that you see out here on the waterfront taking the tugs. They're the tugboats doing the coal and the rocks and stuff from the mine up here. Quarry. All the rocks. I've lost my rocks. And another boat that we're trying to look for some information on, apparently Mr. Hebditch owned it, and it was called the Coca-Cola. So if anybody has any information or any pictures of that boat, please get them to me or let Alan Fair. He wants to paint them, put them on his mural that he has down there in Gras Alley. He just told me about it, so that's one I just learned about. So if anybody has any more information on any boats or anything that they want to share with us here at our History Museum, please let us know. And you can check us out at bahoukas.net for our blog, or go to George Bahoukas Wagner on Facebook, or bahoukas.com for our website. Thank you very much.